Welcome to Euro Bangla City SATV News. This is Shabala Alam with our headlines. Nation observed 52nd Independence Day today. President and Prime Minister paid homage to Liberation War martyrs in Shava. Ukraine issue will not affect construction of Rupur nuclear power plant. Pakistan should apologize for genocide in 71, said Foreign Minister. US-Bangladesh partnership is stronger than ever. Continued cooperation ensures more prosperous future, said US Secretary of State. President Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid rich tributes to the Liberation War martyrs at the National Memorial in Shava today. The head of the state first placed a wreath at the altar of the memorial, followed by the Prime Minister to mark the 52nd Independence and National Day. After placing the wreaths, the President and the Prime Minister stood in silence for a while as a mark of profound respect to the memories of the martyrs of the 1971 Liberation War. After that, a smartly turned out contingent drawn from the Bangladesh Army, Navy and the Air Force paid the salute statue on the occasion while the Buggles played the last post. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen said it is very unfortunate that Pakistan has not yet apologized to Bangladesh for the mass killing in 1971. Dr. Momen made the remark while talking to journalists at the Foreign Service Academy in the capital today. Momen said Pakistan should be ashamed for not seeking apology in the incident of killing people. Although Pakistan has not yet apologized, the younger generation there can ask for it. Bangladeshi people left their homes in 1971. Now the common people of Ukraine are leaving their homes to save their lives. So he voted for Ukraine in the UN for humanitarian reasons. Meanwhile, he also said Bangladesh did not vote in the UN under any pressure. However, Ukraine issue will not affect the construction of the Rupur nuclear power plant. United States Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken today said that the US-Bangladesh partnership is stronger than ever, while over the last 5 decades, the two nations' continued cooperation ensures a more prosperous future. The Secretary of State made the remark in a statement marking Bangladesh's independence and National Day. Blinken said on behalf of the government of the United States, he warmly congratulated the people of Bangladesh on the celebration of the 52nd anniversary of the independence. He also said US is committed to expanding its relationship with Bangladesh. Meanwhile, US applauds Bangladesh's impressive economy and development achievements and its commitment to keeping the world safe as the largest contributor to peacekeeping operations. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal warned that who are involved in the killing of the former Motijil Thana Army League General Secretary Zahidul Islam Tipu and college student Samia Afrin Preeti will be brought to book. Home Minister said none will be spared as the government has asked to take action against those who are responsible for the killing of Tipu and Preeti. He also said legal action would also be taken against those who were behind the scene of the incident. Members of law enforcement including RAB and DB are working to arrest the killers and unearth the mystery of the murder. Meanwhile, a case has been filed in connection with the murder of Zahidul Islam Tipu. Police has also been preparing another case as the college student Preeti was killed in the same incident. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said that the country has become a hell and another liberation war is needed to get out of it. He said this after paying homage at the National Memorial and Ziaur Rahman's shrine on the occasion of Independence Day today morning. After paying homage at the martyrs' altar, Fakhrul said despite celebrating the Golden Jubilee of Independence in the country, democracy is still in prison. Meanwhile, he called upon the leaders and workers of the party to unite in restoring democracy, including restoring the people's right to vote. Later, leaders and activists of the BNP and its affiliates paid their respect at the tomb of Ziaur Rahman. Viewers are taking a short break. Stay with Euro Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back. You're watching Bangla City SATV News. US President Joe Biden has personally thanked American troops stationed near Poland's border with Ukraine, calling them the finest fighting force in the history of the world during his tour of Europe. After meeting NATO and EU leaders in Brussels, Mr. Biden flew to Poland to see the humanitarian crisis that is developing as millions of Ukrainians escape Russia's assault on their homeland. The United States has bolstered its forces in Europe in response to the war in Ukraine, pushing the number of US service members in Europe to more than 100,000 for the first time in decades. Russia is reportedly moving troops into Ukraine from Georgia as reinforcements, citing a US defense official. International media reported it was unclear exactly how many or where and when they would go. The Russian troops have been stationing in Georgia since Russia invaded the country in 2008. The official added Russian forces around Kiev are now in a defensive position and have stopped ground movements towards the city, although air attacks and long-range strikes continue. The US indicated Ukrainian forces are pushing back the Russian forces around Chernihiv, and the nearby town of Makariv is in Ukrainian control. On the flip side, President Volodymyr Zelensky appeals for peace talks and says Ukraine won't give up any territory to Russia as it happened. Russian President Vladimir Putin is intensifying his two-decade crackdown on information as the Russian military seems to be failing to capture key cities. Meanwhile, Kremlin has shut down Russia's last three independent media outlets, bought major social media platforms, created new laws against journalists who defy its propaganda, and insisted on calling the war a special military operation. Dalia Nilofer has the details.
Russia's propaganda has also forced multiple journalists to dramatically quit. Meanwhile, press freedom activists outside Russia accuse its state television of painting a severely distorted picture of the war in Ukraine in a bid to maintain support for what the Kremlin calls a special military operation. Further tightening the Kremlin's grip over media, Russian lawmakers approved legislation imposing jail terms of up to 3 years for the publication of false information about Russia's actions abroad. Meanwhile, Vladimir Silviak, co-chair of the Russian environmental group Eco Defense and winner of the Alternative Nobel Prize, told media that it is getting increasingly difficult to obtain independent information in Russia about the war. However, several journalists have also quit their jobs due to state propaganda demands and lashed out at the propaganda broadcast by pro-Kremlin media after dramatically quitting over the invasion of Ukraine. Dalia Nilofer, SATV News Desk.
Yemen's Houthis launched attacks on Saudi energy facilities on Friday. Saudi-led coalition said oil giant Aramco's petroleum products distribution station in Jeddah was hit, causing a fire in 2 storage tanks, but no casualties. The Iran-aligned Houthis have escalated attacks on the kingdom's oil facilities in recent weeks. The Saudi Energy Ministry said that the kingdom strongly condemned the sabotage attacks, reiterating that it would not bear responsibility for any global oil supply disruptions resulting from such attacks. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken also condemned the attack as an ally, Saudi Arabia, and said the United States would continue to work with Riyadh to strengthen its defense while working for a durable resolution to its conflict in Yemen. The United States says it will seek tougher UN Security Council sanctions on North Korea following its test firing in the biggest intercontinental ballistic missile yet, with leader Kim Jong-un vowing to expand his country's nuclear war deterrent. Kim said that the country is also preparing for a long-standing confrontation with the US. North Korean state media reported that the North's first long-range test since 2017, and South Korea and Japan said they detected it. The launch on Thursday extended a barrage of weapons demonstrations this year that the analysts say are aimed to forcing the US to accept the idea of North Korea as a nuclear power and remove crippling sanctions against its broken economy. Tal volcano near Philippines capital erupts, spewing plume of steam and ashes. A small volcano near the Philippines capital Manila has erupted, prompting authorities to raise the alert level and urge thousands of residents to evacuate from high-risk villages. The 311-meter Tal volcano, located in a scenic lake in Batangas province, belched a white plume of steam and ash 1.5 kilometers into the sky in a brief explosion on Saturday. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology raised the alarm of Tal to the 3rd level in a 5-step warning system, meaning there is magmatic intrusion of the main crater that may further drive succeeding eruptions. Argentina wins World Cup qualifiers. They beat Venezuela by 3-0 in the South American qualifiers. Scalani's team attacked the opponent from the beginning on the home field, but they had to wait for 35 minutes to get the first goal. Nicolas Gonzalez scored from De Paul's extended cross. Argentina went to the break with a 1-0 lead. After the break, Argentina got more attacking. They doubled the lead in the 69th minute of the match. After 3 minutes, Messi made the difference by 3-0. The biggest star of the world football ensured that the team's big victory by scoring a great one on 1 goal with Angel Di Maria. With the victory, the 2-time world champions are unbeaten in 30 consecutive matches in international football. Before ending, we go to the Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Nation observed 52nd Independence Day today. President and Prime Minister paid homage to Liberation War martyrs in Shava. Ukraine issue will not affect construction of Rukpur nuclear power plant. Pakistan should apologize for genocide in 71, said Foreign Minister. US-Bangladesh partnership is stronger than ever. Continued cooperation ensures more prosperous future, said USA Secretary of State. We are up to date so far here on Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satvtv. Stay with SATV.